We need a new approach to road development and road building in this constituency, and what is missing is community involvement. Gone are the days when an MP can quickly jump up and splash some Barbara Green and claim that that is road improvement. I propose that we have a public road development and maintenance plan that is discussed and available to the residents. And under this proposed plan, the RDC and the UDC will not be allowed to scamper into your community and splash down some marl and leave you inconvenienced. Because I believe that road development in communities should be embarked on only after a committee is set up, and that you can be on that committee and sit with the RDC and the UDC to plan your own road development. In Lower Silver Hill, we had a road that was done by the Rural Development Commission by a private contractor, and they cut off part of the land, they cut off the fence and left the poor man stranded. In Churchill, the last road that was paved was during the burial service of Bree St. John, and they erected 3 lights. They left nothing for the living. The living constituents of this, the living persons of this constituency can't get any help. Persons in tenantries at Browns Road, Maxwell, were supposed to benefit from the legal assistance program to own their lots. Today, 15 years later, they have nothing to call their own. No amenities. It's a crying shame. Our communities continue to be overgrown by grass. Many residents are fed up. They can get no help from the Environmental Protection Unit. The ministry's response on this issue is very tardy. The solution to all of these are rooted in the sound policies already enunciated by our leader, David Thompson. We will put in place community councils, and I believe that when we have those community councils, these problems, street lights, the bushing, and those things will be dealt with your involvement. We are intending on bringing you at the center of your own development. We have no time for cheap political talk. This is time for action. This is time to put the trust in the people. I want to see our communities beautified. I envisage a program of beautification of our communities such as these in Silver Hill. And under this program, I want to see communities encouraged to take care of their environment. And I believe that these initiatives, with appropriate government assistance, can be done to the benefit of all. Already in Silver Hill, I've asked the residents to consider forming a residents association to not only look after their mutual interests, but to be partners with this government after the next election in development. I envision a program right here in Silver Hill and other communities where we can improve our amenities, where we can put parks for our children to play and get them off the road. I am concerned about our road safety. I'm concerned about speeding on these roads. And I'm advocating an amendment to the road traffic regulations that will introduce a road safety code for all residential neighborhoods that will have specified speed limits, pedestrian crossings, traffic lights where necessary, and sidewalks. I want to focus a bit on housing because based on the promises of Edgel, there should be no housing problems in this constituency. In 1999, he promised to deliver 1,000 houses and house plots. But in his 14 years as MP, would you believe that he only managed to put in place one development at Brer Hall of 42 lots only? And you could count on one hand the number of people from this constituency that are now living in Brer Hall. 10 years ago, he promised to find houses for the people in Brer Hall and Kendall Hill, opposite behind Transport Board, Transport Office, and we know that nothing has happened. And housing remains one of the major problems facing Silver Hill and the communities. I met a man right here in Silver Hill who has been voting for the Barbados Labour Party for the past, since he was 18, and he is now retired. And he has been trying for years to get help from the Barbados Labour Party to get his NHC unit repaired. All to no avail. What I can say to you though is that he will no longer be voting for the Barbados Labour Party. Many of these units in Silver Hill and Gold Hill need rewiring. Plumbing is bad. In fact, I'm told that persons were tricked into buying units on the promise that they'll be given $5,000 once they own the unit to do repairs. Many of you are still waiting for this $5,000. And I'm calling on the government to compensate you and to keep their promise. I have seen the conditions of the housing units and I know how they are. I have written many letters to the National Housing Corporation calling for assistance, all to no avail. Tonight I am calling on the government and those in charge to put in place a proper repair and rehabilitation program for these units. And I'm calling on the government to honor its commitment to you, the people. The price the government has demanded for these units, which have been poorly maintained over the years, is shocking. Would you believe that the purchase price for these units have moved from 2003, $11,000 to $17,000 with hardly any improvement at all to the units? This cannot be the way forward. And herein lays the difference, the vast difference between this government and a regenerated Democratic Labour Party. Our leader has already gone on record as saying that those of you who have been in your units for 20 years or more, we will allow you to own them. All you have to do is to pay the legal costs. We are not charging you $11,000 or $13,000. Those of you who have been in your units for 20 years or more, you will be owning that unit. All you have to pay is legal costs, minimal legal costs. These are the policies of a caring and enlightened government. And those of you who have been in your unit for less than 20 years, we will provide you with interest-free loans so that you can own those units. And that offer extends to lots as well. So we're not even talking about units alone. Your own lot, we will make sure that you own it. And this is all because we care. Under this Democratic Labour Party government, you will see a drastic change to how the National Housing Corporation deals with people. Yes, because I am not happy with the kind of treatment that you get when you go to the National Housing Corporation, and we intend to do something about it. Under this government, the NHC will have to shape up and respect the people of this country. We're not making any sport. We're not entering this government to mess around. We have been waiting too long and suffering too long with you. We will put an end to the current unfair distribution of housing in this constituency and in other places in Barbados. We will provide relief for those of you who have been waiting on the NHC for years and watching others come after you and get land and houses only because they have a Barbados Labour Party ticket. Again, we have laid out plans to address the provision of housing, starting with providing, within 5 months, providing 500 lots of land at the sites and services cost. That is our promise to you. We will do that for first-time homeowners. We also have plans to provide 2,000 other housing solutions within our first term of office. And where you cannot qualify for mortgages or loans, we will provide a pool of rent-to-purchase units for low-income owners, for pensioners, and for the disabled. This Democratic Labour Party government will also provide 2,000 house lots for sale to low and middle-income wage earners in the first term of office. And I ask you tonight, because we've heard a lot of talk about who is competent and who is not. Do these policies sound like policies coming from a leader who is not competent? These are all policies enunciated by David Thompson on the floor of Parliament.